The eyes of the world are focused on the World Cup. That's soccer to us, football to the rest of the world. And Americans are just as engaged as anyone, thanks to an opening round win against Ghana. But under the scores and all those highlights are two interesting debates: cheating and a tipping point. Let us welcome into Midpoint an old friend who has covered soccer around the world for these many years at the Miami Herald, and where he likely is preparing right now to watch World Cup games as we speak, somewhere with a meal in front of him, I would hope. David Neal joins us on Midpoint today. David, thanks for being with us.
How you doing, Ed?
Pretty good. You are surrounded, I guess, you're in a place right now surrounded by a bunch of, where and what group is watching the game today?
I am on my way, not quite there yet, delayed by actual news happening and having to report it. But I am on my way to a Chilean restaurant where I will be watching Spain and Chile, which is a must-win for Spain.
Okay.
And, or the defending World Cup champs. They lose this, they're done.
Let me get to two things here that I mentioned right at the top. And this caught my eye, and when a New York Times article and a couple of articles are out there, and they are inferring that one of the reasons why the United States is never, in their opinion, going to be a power in World Cup play and in international play is because we don't cheat as well as the others. And I'm kind of taking it an extra step, but we don't flop as well. When a lot of the players take penalties, take fouls that aren't really fouls, we don't play act as well as the others, and they're saying that's a problem because we as Americans are too honest.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, we as Americans are too honest. And I'm driving through South Florida right now, the middle of Sweetwater, where has the mayor of Sweetwater been indicted today? Because
why would today be any different than any other day? But that's okay.
Yeah, no. I think it's that one of our problems is we don't get into position to flop enough. we don't get into. For example, the first game, Brazil got a penalty kick after a rather dubious call, and it was a dive. You looked at it on replay, it was a dive, but you're having to do it in real time, and you're the referee running kind of behind the play, and you don't have a camera eye. Well, he called a penalty, and he called a foul in the penalty area. They got a penalty kick. Well, the thing is, you have to actually, possess the ball and create the scoring chance, to, produce the foul.
Yeah, but David, it says here, and a lot of these people are saying though that flopping is dishonest and it's un-American. That's why we can't do it well.
No, well, please, yeah, it's dishonest, but it's not un-American. We do it in other sports. I mean, my goodness, every wide receiver who, the ball comes within, a foot of them, if they don't catch the pass, they're coming up looking around going, hey, pass interference, even if they know they didn't get touched. We flop in basketball. Guys get fined for flopping in basketball. Dwayne Wade got fined for flopping. The Pacers flopped. Who are we kidding?
Everybody's always looking for something, right, Dave? Everybody's always looking for some kind of an excuse here.
Yeah, I mean, look at baseball. I mean, my goodness, how we put Gaylord Perry in the Hall of Fame. We laugh at Whitey Ford. Oh, he scuffed the ball. Oh, that Whitey Ford. But don't use steroids. That's bad. That's really cheating.
All right, let's get down to the tipping point here. I always want to have a couple seconds on the other end to talk to you about the U.S. But a couple minutes here right now. And you and I mentioned this when we talked off the air. The tremendous amount of money that has been spent to stage this World Cup, the abject poverty in the country right now, the riots that are going on there. But every place there's so much money being spent. Have we indeed reached a tipping point where future World Cups are just going to have to be scaled back, or less money is going to have to be spent with at least some sort of an eye towards where it's being spent and how it's being spent?
Yeah, I think that's going to be for a lot of big events that you're going, and also you might have this might be a kind of an advantage to places like the U.S., we have a lot of things, a lot of soccer venues, a lot of large venues already in place, and we don't have to build new ones. But Brazil spent a lot of money upgrading their, building new facilities, upgrading current facilities, and it's starting to wear on people. I mean, it's starting to wear on people the same way it wears on people, paying for new stadiums in this country.
But isn't this also tied into the graft and corruption of A, the government, and B, in the case of the World Cup, FIFA?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, FIFA kind of makes their demands, and these countries go along with it because they feel like they want the exposure, or they want sort of a modern version of Mobutu in Zaire with the Ali Foreman fight. Let's create let's do the bread and circuses thing. Let's give them a great spectacle so that they won't notice that we're fleecing them other ways. And
paying somebody back on the backside, which is what a lot of people have talked about with FIFA over the years.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And,
all right.
I mean, obviously Qatar. I mean, come on, why are you putting the World Cup in a place you can't play the games in a day?
Exactly. Qatar, that's something else. We could spend hours on that and what's gone on there. Minute and a half or so that we have left here. All right, we talked about Americans flopping. Let's take that out of it right now. They beat Ghana. Okay, just between you and me, David, and a few gazillion people here right now, is it a big deal to beat it? Because some people said it is just Ghana.
But Ghana's a talented team.
Okay.
They're a talented, good team, and that's a team. They're going to give Germany trouble. They're going to give Portugal trouble. They might beat Portugal. I think that. And when I was talking to people last week after the friendly here between Ghana and South Korea, there were people who not starry-eyed people. They thought Ghana was better than Portugal, even though Portugal's got Cristiano Ronaldo. They felt Ghana was better, and Ghana's a tough team, and they're very talented. You look at the goal they scored. I mean, that's a pretty sweet goal.
Yes,
it was. A little back foot and a slide off the foot. That's a talented goal. The U.S. The thing is, the U.S. won playing about as badly as I've seen the U.S. play.
Okay, though. So taking that into account, then I got 30 seconds left. Do they get out of the group of death? How far do they go? Come on.
If they do get out, it's a tough one. I think they get out. I can see a tie against Portugal and a tie against Germany, or a tie against Portugal and they get out, and out in the round of 16. Although,
okay.
Look, I don't discount an upset in the round of 16 and get into the 8.
Okay. All right. We're going to hold you then possibly to the round of 8, maybe, of course. David, enjoy your lunch, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
All right, take care. David Neal from the Miami Herald, good friend. Okay, round of 8, round of 16. All right. How far does America go? And, we cheat a little bit every now and then, don't we? Isn't it just the American way in sports sometimes? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. This is Midpoint, where we question everything.